Hello, today I'll be doing a video on the solo game Unbroken. I think this came out around 2018 if I'm remembering correctly. Uh, it was a Kickstarter. I remember there was some kind of kerfuffle. I don't remember exactly what it was, but maybe it didn't come out on time, and then I think after they uh, were supposed to ship it, they started saying they didn't make enough money and they needed everybody to send them $10 more or something like that. You didn't have to, but they were asking for it. Anyway, I know there was some kerfuffle over it, but anyway, I got this uh, back, I guess, 2018, I think. Um, and I played it once back then. Uh, I don't know. I thought it was okay. So, but for whatever reason, I never pulled it out again. But I decided to go ahead and pull this out again yesterday. So, thought I'd go ahead and do a setup and how to play. All right, first thing you'll do is take your two tracker sheets and put them in your play area. These track your resources and time and monster health and such. So, put those out. Then you put a red cube on 0 for the monster armor, red cube on 0 for the monster health, and then you put a red cube on the time tracker on the level 1 or number 7 there. Then you put a blue cube on the 0 for each one of these spots. That's your cunning, metal, wood, food, and treasure. Then for the normal game, you put a blue cube on the 13 of your effort and one on 0 of your medium effort and one on 0 of your large effort. Then you select one of the character sheets to be your character. I'll just say I'm going to select the brawler here and put him, oh, some kind of filthy hair. Put him down here next to your tracker sheet. Shuffle your skill deck and place it here above your character. And you take your condition deck, that does not need to be shuffled, and just place it here above your character also. You take your weapons cards, you put the advanced cards on the bottom, the basic weapon, knife and club on top of the advanced cards, and stick them next to your tracker sheets and character. And then you take the bare hands weapon card and place that as your first active weapon, which is no weapon at all, basically just your bare hands. Then you'll shuffle the encounter deck and place it here again above your tracker sheets. You take the action guide card. It also has a symbology or iconography guide on the back, but your actions that you can do, and just place that again next to your tracker sheets in your play area. Then you get your monster sheets and put them in order. Level 1 monsters have 1 slash, level 2 monsters. There's, I believe, 6 of each, so you put your level 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and then just stick that here, again, next to your tracker sheets in your play area. And then you can take these quick start travel phase and combat phase cards and just place them, again, next to all the other components in your play area. Again, this is a solo game, so they just all have to be within reach of you. Then you're ready to start. Well, I forgot 2 things. You take this little marker and place it on the preparation step of your quick start travel phase if you're going to use that. And then you just need to place this dice within easy reach. Now you're ready to start. Alright, so how do you play? Well, basically what you're going to end up doing to win the game, you've got to defeat the 4 levels of monsters. You'll start you'll end up having to fight a level 1 monster. Then if you defeat that, you'll end up having to prepare for and fight a level 2 monster. If you defeat that, again, then you prepare for and fight a level 3, and finally a level 4. If you haven't died prior to that fighting one of the earlier monsters, if you delete the level, if you defeat the level 4 monster, then you win the game. So during your turn, and you can kind of use this reference sheets here, quick reference sheets, you'll prepare for fighting the monster by taking actions and exploring to find resources and get more effort. And when you think you're ready to face the monster, then you'll do that. Or if you run out of time, but while you're trying to do all your prepare actions, then you'll be forced to face the monster. And if you run out of time, then he'll get to ambush you. But you can kind of look here. So the first thing is the preparation step. You can take as many general and travel actions as you want, and these are the general actions. Focus, you can spend 4 small effort to get 1 medium effort. You can do this one where you spend 2 medium effort to get 1 large effort. And again, those are tracked here. Remember, you start with 13 small effort. You can craft. Now, you start with your bare hands, but you have 2 craft options here. If you have 3 wood, a small effort, and spend 1 time, you can craft a club. Or if you have 1 metal, 1 medium effort, or spend 1 medium effort and spend 2 time, you can craft a knife. And when you craft a weapon, you just take that weapon and put it on top of your old one, and then that's now the weapon that you'll be using. So you can take a craft action. Now those are all general actions. You got a couple of travel actions that you can do here during the travel phase. You can spend 1 small effort to reveal 2 additional encounter cards when you're doing your explore step, which we'll get to that in a minute. And then you have the scout. On level 1, it costs 1 small effort and 1 time, and then you get to reveal the monster that you're going to fight. So you kind of know ahead of time what the monster is and what you might need to prepare for to fight him. Because otherwise, if you don't end up scouting, then either in the ambush step or just when you go to the regular trickery step, the monster will be revealed randomly, one of the 6 level 1 monsters, and you won't know which one it's going to be. So the scout lets you know ahead of time and maybe help you know what to prepare for. So anyway, you can do, during this preparation step, you can do as many general and travel actions as you like. There's also possibly some actions that are on your character card or skill cards or something that may come up that you can use during this phase. But once you've done whatever actions you want to do, then if your time trackers reach 0, then you have to go to the ambush step for the monster. But if not, you go to the decision step and say, hey, do I want to go fight the monster now, or do I want to go on and explore? And that's probably what you're going to want to do for a while, because that's where you're going to find resources and that kind of thing. So when you explore, you draw 2 encounter cards, choose 1. We'll just look at a couple of examples. So you choose 2, draw 2, choose 1, and they kind of tell you what you have to spend and what you'll gain from them. So if you use this one, Forbidden Room, you'll spend 1 small effort and you gain 1 medium effort, but you also have to spend 1 time. And remember, we're just starting with 7 time at the beginning. Or if you choose this one, you spend 1 small effort, and then you'll gain where you get to reveal 3 additional cards on your next exploration. So instead of revealing 2 and draw 1, you'd get to reveal 5 and draw 1 and choose 1. So that's what you do when you explore. You reveal 2 cards and choose one. Or, you can see here where it says you reveal 2 cards and choose one. Then you can perform the encounter, which is what I was talking about. You can spend something to gain something and spend the time. Or you can do a rest where you receive 1 small effort equal to the card's time value. So this one you wouldn't receive anything, but this one you would receive 1 small effort. If you decide to rest instead of performing the exchange, then you would just get 1 small effort because the time value is 1. But in either case, you have to come down here and lose the amount of time that's on the card, so you'd have to spend 1 time. And then you decide, are you ready to go fight the monster now, or are you want to go back to the preparation step, and where again you would get to take actions, decide if you haven't run out of time, decide if you want to go explore again. So you keep doing that until either you run out of time and you're forced to go fight the monster, or until you've prepared enough where you think you can defeat the monster, and then you, instead of going to the ambush step, you go to the trickery step. So let's talk about that. We'll just look at a monster card here. So this first one, giant spider. If you run out of time and are forced to go face the monster, again you'll roll the dice to see which one you're going to face. So this one I got a 4. I would have to get the level 4. You can see the level here. That's a level 2, or that's the 1/2/. They're all level 1s, but you would find the one marked with the 4, and that's the level 1 monster you would fight. But anyway, I just wanted to give an example. If you've run out of time and you're forced to go fight the monster, then you get the ambush step, and the monster gets to do an ambush on you. So in this case, the giant spider would take 2 turns at the beginning of the battle step. So it would get to fight you twice before you got to attack it. But if you didn't run out of time and you just chose to go and fight the monster, then it does not get its ambush effect. And since you're going to the trickery step, you would reveal the monster in the same way, but then you have the choice of spending what it shows here in the trickery, which is 1 cunning. You could spend 1 cunning and just trick the monster, bypass it, and never even have to fight it, and you'll have finished level 1. Now, if you do that, then you don't get the rewards that you normally get if you fight and defeat the monster. So it's kind of a trade-off. You end up tricking it and not having to fight it, and possibly not losing, but then you also don't get the rewards. So here are the rewards if you defeat this monster: is you get 1 food, 1 wood, 1 small effort, 1 medium effort, 1 time, and you draw 2 skill cards and choose 1 to keep. So let's talk about battling the monster. Say we chose this monster and we're gonna battle it. Well, first thing you'd look at this response action. At the beginning of the battle step, immediately gain the poison condition. So you'd have to look through the condition cards, find the poison one, and you would have these effects. Before taking your turn in combat, you'd lose a small effort equal to the number of tokens on this card. This card enters play with the number of tokens indicated in the brackets on the monster sheet. It just shows 1, so it would just enter with 1 token. So you would just put 1 of these red cubes on there. And let's see, passive. This one is some of the other monster cards will add additional cubes on there, depending on, you may roll something for them and they'll add additional cubes onto this, so that would increase the number of poisons. So like for this one, you would lose even more small effort. But the giant spider doesn't have an effect where he adds more poison to this card, but some of the other monsters do. Anyway, you would get that first of all, Then in the standard game, normally the player gets to attack first. So also the giant spider has 3 health, so you would move his health up to 3. He doesn't have any armor. If he did, it would be mentioned up here. And if you did have armor, you would mark that on here. And you always have to reduce the armor to 0 on a monster before you're able to actually wound it. And it has to take the number of wounds equal to what equal to what it shows its health there for you to actually defeat it. But this one doesn't have any armor. So when the player is going to take his turn to attack the monster, he uses his weapon, or if he has any effects on his character sheet or skills. But in this case, you could spend 1 large effort, if you had one, to reduce the armor by 1. You can spend 2 small effort to do 1 wound, or you can spend 2 medium effort to do 3 wounds. And of course 3 wounds would kill this guy, but of course you'd have to have 2 medium effort. And he has some abilities, or one of them, and actually we should have put a cube on this level 1, so when you're fighting your level 1 monster, you get 1 cube, so you're able to do one of these abilities. Once you've used one of these abilities, you remove the cube, and then you can't do any of these anymore. Then when you move on to the level 2, you would have 2 cubes on here, so you'd get to be able to do one of these abilities twice, or 2 of these abilities. But anyway, the abilities this guy's have is, after a monster's combat roll, you get to roll the 6-sided dice again and use either result, and we'll show about their combat rolls here in a minute. Or just a scratch after losing 1 small effort to a wound, reduce the amount of small effort lost by 1 to a minimum of 1. Or after choosing a wounding attack, spend 2 small effort to increase the power by 1, so it would do 1 more damage. So anyway, depending on the weapon you have, you spend the amount of effort or whatever it shows to do the amount of wounds that it shows. And when the monster attacks, he'll roll the dice. And for instance, I got 2 slashes there, so I would look at the 2 slash. It got a wound, so you'd have to lose 1 small effort. If ever you have to lose a small effort and you don't have one to lose, then you're killed and you've lost the game. But anyway, we would track all that over here. I said you'd go to the trickery step, then you go to the battle step. That's when you take turns back and forth fighting. If were you able to win? No, you're dead and you've just lost the game. If yes, then you get the rewards listed down here. Then you go to the hunger step. Now in the hunger step, you have to be able to eat a number of food equal to the level of the monster. So this is a level 1 monster, so you'd have to have at least 1 food to eat. And if you do, you eat the 1 food, and for each food you ate, you'd gain 1 small effort. If you don't have food to eat, as can be seen here, for every food you eat, you gain 1 small effort. You lose 1 small effort for the first food you lack. You lose 2 small effort for the second food you lack. If you lacked 3 food, then you'd lose 3 food for the third one. So, or 3 small effort. So if you don't have the food, you're going to end up losing a lot of small effort, and that could end up killing you off anyway. But if you do eat and you defeated the level 4 monster, you win. If not, you advance to the next level and start over at the preparation step. So probably the best way is, let's just go through a round and see how it works. Alright, so I'm here at the preparation step. I can take as many actions as I want. Again, I'm starting at level 1, which is 7 time and 13 small effort. So I think first thing I'm going to do is spend I can focus and spend 4 small effort to gain 1 medium effort. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives me 1 medium effort. And then I think I'm going to do orienteering. I can spend 1 small effort. And that will let me reveal 2 additional exploration cards when I explore. So instead of 2, I'll get to reveal 4 and choose 1. Alright, well, I think that's all the actions I want to take right now. So has my time tracker reached 0? No, nothing I did cost me any time. So now I go to the decision step. Are you ready to fight the monster now? No, I'm not. So I go to the explore step. It said normally you reveal 2 encounter cards, but because I did the orienteering, I'm going to reveal 4 encounter cards. Alright, the abandoned hovel. I could spend 1 small effort and gained 1 cunning, and that'll cost me 1 time. I could spend a treasure. Well, I don't have any treasure, so I can't do that. This one I can spend 2 small effort and gain a food. It costs me 0 time. And this one I could spend 1 large effort. Well, I don't have a large effort, but if I did, I could get 2 food and 2 small effort. I think the one I'm going to do is this one. I'm going to spend 1 small effort and gain 1 cunning. So spend 1 small effort takes me down to 7. Gain 1 cunning, and it cost me 1 time. Alright, so I did the encounter. I performed the exchange. I lost the time equal to the time value. Is my time tracker at 0? No, it's on 6. So now I can either go, if I was at 0, I'd have to go fight the monster, but I'm not, so I can go back to the preparation step and take actions again. Alright, so I'm back where I can take actions again. I think I'm going to scout. I'm going to spend 1 small effort and 1 time, and I get to reveal what monster I'm going to fight. So we do that randomly, roll the dice. Okay, I get the one with 2 slashes, so that's going to be this one, the Gibberling. So I know he's only got 2 health, so easy to kill. If he ambushed me, I'd gain the paranoid condition for the next level, level 2. I wouldn't gain it immediately. And if I want to trick him to avoid him, I just got to spend 3 time. And at the beginning of the battle step, I'll gain the panicked condition for level 2. So again, I wouldn't gain that right away, but I'd have that for level 2. So I know what I'm fighting. I know he only has 2 health, so that's not going to be too bad. So let's not take any more actions. Go to the decision step. I'm going to go ahead and go to the explore. So I'm going to draw 2 encounter cards. This one I can spend where I commit to the next encounter card. So instead of drawing 2, I would just, the next time I do an encounter, I would just have to draw the top one and take whatever it is. And if I do that, I gain 1 medal. Or I can spend 1 food. Well, I don't have a food. Or I can just rest. And since they're both for 1, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to rest. So I'm going to go here. So I receive small effort equal to the card's time value, which is 1. So I'm just going to gain 1. And then, of course, I got to go ahead and lose the time. So I lose 1 time. And now I go back to the prepare step. So now again I could take actions again. Well, I still have a lot of time left, so I think I will. I don't think I'll do any actions, so I'm just going to go right to the explore again. And remember, oh, I didn't do that commit, so I still get to draw 2 and choose 1. Well, I can't do this one because I don't have a large effort to spend, but I could do this one. spend 1 small effort and gain 2 food, but it costs me 4 time. 1, 2, 3. Now then I'll get ambushed. Dang. Well, I don't want to do that. I guess I'll just rest again. So rest, I spend 1 time and I gain 1 small effort. And so I did that, go back to the preparation step. Well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go. I'm kind of worried that I'm going to get, if I keep exploring, I'm worried I'm going to get something that's going to take me to 0 and I'll have to get ambushed. So I'm going to go ahead and just I'm just going to not do any actions. Go here. Am I ready to fight the monster? Yes, so I go to 1B. So reveal the monster if it's not already revealed. He is. Reset my time. So now I reset my time to what it's going to be at level 2. So my time actually goes up here to where it shows level 2. And then will I trick the monster? Do I want to spend 3 time and just bypass him and then not get the reward? No, I don't want to do that because I want to get the reward. So I go on to the battle step. So now at the beginning of the battle, I got to gain the panic condition for level 2. So I find the panic condition and I just set it aside because I don't have it now, but I get it when I go to level 2. So let me find that. So here's the panic card that I'll have for the next level. I will reveal 1 less encounter card when I do the encounter during the exploration step. So that's all that is, but that kind of sucks. Anyway, just set that aside for now because I don't get it until I finish fighting this monster. But other than that, I just do the battle. So it's I get to attack first. So I'm going to spend. I just need 2 to defeat him. Well, if I had 1 more medium effort, I could do 2 medium effort and do 3 damage and just be done with him. But what I can do is I'm going to do this 2 small effort for 1 damage, and I'm going to use my power through. After choosing a wounding attack, spend 2 more small effort to increase your attack power by 1. Of course, that uses the 1 power I can use. So I'm going to spend 4 small effort. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and actually I was supposed to set the monster's health to 2, which it is. But now I'm going to do the 1 damage for that and the 1 damage for that. That's going to be 2 damage. So that's all it takes to kill him, so he's defeated. So he doesn't even get to attack me. If he had got to attack me, I would roll. He got a 3. He would get to do where I would lose 2 time. But anyway, he didn't get to attack me, so I defeat him. So were you able to win? Yes. Go to the reward step. So for my rewards, I get a medium effort. I get a cunning. I get 1 time, and I get to draw 2 skill cards and choose 1. So let's see what those are. So cautious, at the beginning of a level I gain a time equal to the current level. So for the next level I would gain 2 time. But if I do, I immediately gain the afraid condition. So that doesn't seem very good. This one, at the beginning of the exploration step, you may take an encounter of your choice from the encounter discard pile instead of drawing from the encounter deck. Well, that sounds alright, so I'm going to take that one. So you set the skill you're going to choose up here above the skill deck. The other one just goes in the skill deck discard pile. So this skill I have now going forward. Alright, so that's the reward step. Now I come down to the hunger step. I got to spend food. This is a misprint. It says small effort, but it's really supposed to be food. Equal to the current level. Now I have no food, so I can't spend it. So I gotta lose one small effort for each food I lack. For the first food I lack. Well, it's only the first and only food I lack is one, so I gotta lose one small effort. Am I still alive? Yes. Was this the level 4 monster? No. So now I go here. I advance to the next level, fill my character abilities. So now, because I'm going to level 2, I get to use 2 abilities, or the same ability twice, whatever I want to do. Then discard any active conditions. I don't have any. Apply any condition cards you gain for the next level. So now that panicked one that I got to apply it. And so now I'll have that for this level again, where I only get to reveal 1 exploration card instead of 2 normally. But if I do the orienteering, where I would get to reveal 2 additional, instead of revealing 4, I would just reveal 3. But anyway, I applied that, and now I go to the preparation step. This monster is defeated, and so now I just get rid of the other level 1 monsters. And the next monster I'm going to fight will be a level 2 monster. And again, so you continue like that. Of course, the monsters get more difficult, and you got to try to get the resources through exploration, to where you can craft some weapons and get some more effort. Right now I've got 2 medium effort, but just 3 small effort. So anyway, then I would go through, hopefully defeat the level 2 monster, level 3 monster, and level 4 monster, and then win. But if you ever have to lose a small effort and you don't have one, then you lose. So that's how you play the game. It's really pretty simple, pretty quick. Takes about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or less to play one game. Again, the first time I played it, when you first get it, the encounter cards are in a certain order, and it says to leave them in that order to kind of experience the story. But then thereafter, you're supposed to shuffle the encounter deck. So the first time I played it with the encounter cards in the order it was set when you open the game, I was actually able to win the game. I defeated the all 4 level of monsters. But I played it once yesterday and once today, where I shuffled the encounter deck, and I lost both times. I made it to I got defeated by the 3rd level monster, and once I got defeated by the 2nd level monster, so not very good. Anyway, that's the game. Unbroken. It's okay. I mean, it's if you're looking for a quick solo game, I may go ahead and finish this out and see how I do. But it's not something I'm going to pull out often. But it's an interesting, pretty easy, quick solo game if you're just looking for something to quickly play by yourself. That is definitely not easy for sure, but an interesting exercise anyway. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.